In this video, I'll show you how to combine the power of two great image generation AIs. And there's a twist at the end. I'm Dan Burke, and welcome to Abstract Codex. This tutorial is for an advanced computer user or beginner programmer, or better. It assumes your ability to download files, run Python scripts and programs, open a command prompt and type in commands, and edit text files, or use a code editor, and also to be able to edit in an image editor like GIMP. DALL-E 3 is a great image generator, and Stable Diffusion is great at editing images. After generating an image with DALL-E 3, we can use Stable Diffusion to modify elements within the image, called in-painting, or to extend the image beyond the borders, called out-painting. Rather than use these tools from their websites, we'll be using the API access. API stands for Application Programming Interface, and it just means that we'll write a program to directly reach an endpoint on their servers to use the functionality that we want. There are a number of advantages to this approach. You don't need to buy a subscription, you can just pay for what you use. And the resolution can be very high with these images. They're not as limited to the ones in the web interface. Also, I believe you can use the images generated through the API commercially. But I'm not a lawyer, so don't just take my word for this, and please check it out for yourself, or better yet, check with a lawyer friend. Alright, you may be saying, Abstract Codex guy, I looked on OpenAI's website, and I see that the DALL-E API also has editing, in-painting, out-painting. Why should I bother using Stable Diffusion to edit the images? Well, while DALL-E 2 supports in-painting, OpenAI does not yet, at the time of this video anyway, support in-painting with DALL-E 3. And DALL-E 2 has very low quality images compared to DALL-E 3 or Stable Diffusion. Now you might say, well, I could just wait for DALL-E 3's editing. OpenAI says it's coming soon. Well, you can wait if you want to. But OpenAI has been claiming that this feature is coming to DALL-E 3 since at least February of 2024. You might be better off waiting for George R. R. Martin to finish Winds of Winter before reading another fantasy novel. I'm aware this claim might age poorly, but if OpenAI does release its DALL-E 3 editing soon, hopefully this video is still found useful for generating and editing images through APIs. Step 1 is configuring OpenAI API access. So first create an OpenAI account. It's a free account if you don't already have one, and sign in. Then go to platform.openai.com. There are a lot of great tutorials and reference information on this page. I will be showing you an example using Python, but if you're more comfortable with Node or JavaScript, you can follow along and using the information on this page, adapt my approach to your favorite language. From there, you will, under Settings, go to Organization, Billing, and you'll need to buy some credits. Now, the cost of each image varies depending on the resolution and other parameters, and if you attempt to go over your credit limit, it will just give you a nice error message, and you won't get charged beyond your credit limit. Next, you'll need to generate an API key. Now, keep this one secret. Don't share it with anybody, especially in response to suspicious emails from Sauron. On your computer, create an environment variable named OpenAI_API_key in all capitals and set it equal to your secret key. Next, install Python if you don't already have it. And this should come with the pip command, so at a command prompt, run the command to install the library. Pip install OpenAI. Step 2 is to configure your Stability API access. Create a free OpenAI account from stability.ai and sign in. Just like with OpenAI, you'll need to buy credits. And you'll generate an API key at platform.stability.ai/account/keys. Now save this API key as an environment variable. If you're using a Mac or Unix, you can export the value instead. Be sure to name this variable stable_diff_key, all capitals, and set it equal to your secret value. This one's not a real value I wrote in there, it's just made up, so don't try it. Step 3 is to download my free open source project that I created for you to use. All links will be available in the description of the video, as well as on my website, abstractcodex.com. You can use the code button shown in green to download the project as a zip file and unzip it, or if you're more comfortable with Git, you can use the address and clone the repository. Anytime you download a file from the internet, you should scan it for viruses. Step 4, customize the code. Open the AI_art_gen project in Visual Studio Code or your favorite editor and open the file gen.py. Edit the following variables: n, prompt, size, and quality. I like to use the HD quality, but it does cost more credits. The prompt text is what you might type into a chat model like ChatGPT when you're asking it to generate an image. Step 5, generate your images. From a command prompt, you can type in py space gen.py and that'll launch, or you can run it from your code editor. The output of the program will be web links, and you can copy those links into your web browser. Each link should bring up an image. Your images won't stick around too long on OpenAI servers, so make sure if you like an image that you right-click on it and hit Save As and save a copy on your computer. Here's an example image I generated with this approach. My goal was to create an image that I can use on the front cover of my upcoming fantasy novel. This looks pretty good, but if you read my book, you'll know that the main character Lantier wears a brigandine, not full plate. So let's fix it with some Stable Diffusion in painting. When using Stable Diffusion in painting, you need to create a copy of your image in which you have erased the part of the image that you want to change. This means that area of the image must be transparent. When you use a tool like GIMP to cut this area of the image out, it may replace it with a different color. To prevent this from happening, you must first click on the layer, right-click on it, and select to add an alpha channel. And then you will be able to cut out the area and it'll replace it with a checkerboard pattern to indicate transparency. When you save the image, it won't keep that checkerboard. Be sure to save the file as a PNG file, as not all image formats support transparency. If you're using GIMP, you'll want to use the export command to save a copy as a PNG. In step 7, you're going to open the AI Art Gen project again and modify the file inpaint.py. You'll need to edit the following variables: prompt, original image, and output image. Set original image to the file you just exported, and set prompt to what you want the entire image to look like when the new area is filled in. Now for the fun part, you get to admire the results. You can see that the armor has changed, and it looks pretty good, but it's not a brigandine like I asked for, so I generated again, and that's not a brigandine 2. This one's maybe laminar, it's very blue. That's still not one. That one looks interesting, but it might hurt your stomach when you sit down. Leather? I don't know. Alright, I promised you a twist. While I have had success with this process for certain image modifications, for this particular change, I ended up using an artist on Fiverr who made the change for me. And the reason is that AI art generation is great for concepts that it has been trained on. But if you're looking for something very specific that's unfamiliar to the AI, it can have a lot of trouble giving you what you're asking for. In this case, the art generator knew about armor types and weapons commonly portrayed in fantasy fiction. But when it came to brigandines and poleaxes, it had no idea what I was talking about. So here's my final artwork after my artist spruced it up. Levi was also able to add a unique monster skull for the Xylax in my book. My AI Art Gen project also contains example code to help you outpaint an image using Stable Diffusion. Outpainting is extending the background in any direction to make your artwork a higher resolution scene. To perform outpainting, simply edit the outpaint.py file and modify the following variables: prompt, original underscore image, img, output image, left, and up. If you found this video helpful, or even if you didn't, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can visit my website to sign up for my mailing list to be notified of new content and to check out my fantasy book series, Heroes of Terrea, also linked in the description. It will be released in 2025, so it may already be out by the time you watch this video, but you can sign up for the Heroes of Terrea mailing list to be notified of new books. Feel free to comment and let me know if there are any computer science, AI, or writing topics you would like me to cover. Oh, you're still listening, hoping I post an Easter egg or something. One quick one before you go on to your next video. I really recommend the Wes Huff versus Billy Carson debate. You should go check out a clip. It's a great watch.